Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to hear about ForeScout and how we can help you with your cyber defense. My name is Jack Marcel, and I'm the Director of Solution Marketing. I'm here to talk about cyber attacks and how you can defend and respond to them. As we all know, the number of data breaches are growing every year, and so is the annual cost dealing with the numerous security incidents. And at the same time, the regulatory mandates keep changing and increasing. Now, you're likely spending millions of dollars per year on people and technology to deal with these trends, yet the bad guys keep getting through. So why is this the case? Well, first of all, the threats are more sophisticated and more targeted than ever before. Highly funded adversaries, including both nation states as well as cyber criminals, engage in a marketplace to steal valuable information or just to cause destruction. And as we study how these breaches happen, we see some commonalities. Typically, the attacker leverages well-known vulnerabilities in endpoints, and then they move laterally across the network to find the system that they really want to exploit. This has been reported again and again. And the second primary reason the bad guys are winning has to do with the rapidly changing landscape of endpoints. By 2020, less than 10% of all new devices connecting to your network will be manageable via an agent. As we all know, putting an agent on devices has been the de facto standard for controlling enterprise devices. However, the onslaught of BYOD and Internet of Things makes this no longer possible. So IDC is predicting that within 2 years, 90% of all IT networks will have an IoT-based security breach. Now, the third major reason why the bad guys have an advantage has to do with the lack of coordination between all of our security, management, and compliance tools. Each major technology tool does not share information with the other relevant tools that could help detect, prevent, or respond to a cyber attack. And therefore, people rather than technology are required to connect the dots. And as we learned with some of these well-publicized breaches, relying on overwhelmed security operations teams to sift through the alerts from dozens of tools is a losing proposition. All of this fragmentation lets the attackers in, and the recent Verizon report states that 70 to 90% of malicious incidents could have been prevented or found sooner if effective coordination between disparate tools existed. And once you have been breached, it takes on average 31 days to contain the attack. And we know that much of this delay is caused by the lack of coordination between tools. Okay, so how can ForeScout help deal with these challenges? Well, first of all, the ForeScout security platform sees every IP addressable device on your enterprise network the second it connects, and it builds up a real-time database of information. Second, our platform intelligently controls devices on your network based on this rich database of information. Lastly, ForeScout's platform makes many of your security, management, and compliance tools, the ones you already have in place, makes them smarter, and it reduces the time it takes you to deal with security and compliance incidents. And we call this orchestration. All right, so let's dig into each of these areas. First area is C. You can't protect, but you can't see. Now, ForeScout is unique because we don't rely on agents to gain visibility into your endpoint landscape. And we are continuously monitoring devices coming on and off your network. What do we see? Well, first of all, we see your managed devices, your PCs, Macs, network devices, mobile devices, etc. Ironically, even those managed devices have issues that go undetected by various endpoint management and security technologies you already have. Our customers tell us after they put our product on their network that they see problems like the ones shown here. The AV files might be out of date. Patches could be behind, and sometimes the agents are completely disabled or broken or just not even there. Now, as I discussed earlier, the onslaught of unmanaged devices is a reality. ForeScout automatically identifies unmanaged devices of all types, including those emerging IoT devices like, well, Samsung TV monitors or IP-enabled thermostats, unauthorized mobile device hotspots, for example. So, in essence, this is the picture that most enterprises have today relative to their endpoint landscape, and ForeScout makes that visibility gap go away. All right, let's talk about control. This is about hardening the enterprise network to help reduce the attack surface, ideally preventing a breach in the first place. Now, the word control can be scary for some IT leaders because they don't want to shut down legitimate business activity. Our ability to collect relevant contextual information and automate a variety of different actions gives our customers significant flexibility to control their environment. The first action that most customers employ is to alert the user via an email or via a captive portal, some kind of just-in-time education, if you will. It's also very common to see our customers segment questionable devices to guest networks until those devices are brought into compliance. Other actions might include restarting agents or forcing software updates, and it's also very common to see ForeScout sending information to your existing IT systems, for example, to SIM platforms. And as I mentioned earlier, all of these actions are possible without any agents. Our third major function we call orchestrate. Now, this helps your existing security, management, and compliance tools become smarter. And this reduces the time it takes them to detect and mitigate a risk or a threat. And it helps you reduce the fragmentation that you're currently experiencing. We do this by sharing our contextual data, the information that we've gathered, and by automating common workflows, leveraging what we call Control Fabric. ForeScout Control Fabric is a set of APIs that makes it possible to interface with over 70 different third-party tools right out of the box. A real popular integration that we have is with FireEye. FireEye detects an indication of compromise, or an IOC, as it's called, and it notifies ForeScout about this incident. ForeScout then quarantines the device and scans for that IOC across the enterprise network. Now, this capability helps our customers combat the lateral spread of advanced threats. Of course, our customers also create their own integrations, leveraging these open APIs. So those are the three things that ForeScout does. Let me kind of bring it all together and share with you the 6 most popular use cases that our platform provides today. First is our ability to see all IP addressable devices without deploying agents. That gives our customers immediate time to value. Second, quickly enforcing actions based on who the user is, what the device type is, or your policy. In this example, rogue devices can be blocked, and BYOD devices and Internet of Things devices can be given different levels of network access. Third, we help you find vulnerabilities and security problems on unmanaged endpoints and fix them automatically. It's also real popular to have ForeScout trigger an on-demand third-party vulnerability scan for a transient device. Now, typically, vulnerability scans are done at predefined times, typically weekly, sometimes monthly. And so, without ForeScout, they typically miss scanning transient devices, for example, a laptop that's not connected to the corporate network for long periods of time. We fix that problem. Fifth, as BYOD has taken off, a lot of our customers have seen huge value in ForeScout revealing devices that are missing MDM agents and gracefully and automatically automating their enrollment. saves time, and is a more secure process. Lastly, we just automate many of the processes that are now manual inside your organization, and we connect many of your disparate security systems with each other. What does this do? It speeds up your compliance audits, it improves your productivity, it shortens the time to detection, and shortens the time to remediation. ForeScout is more relevant than ever before given today's security landscape, what we've been seeing. Our agentless approach, our flexible response capabilities, and our third-party integrations uniquely position ForeScout to help your organization fight the bad guys. Gartner and others have recognized ForeScout as a market leader. We have 1,800 customers worldwide, including some of the world's largest financial institutions, government agencies, healthcare organizations, retail customers. Now, I could go talk more about our company if you wish, but I'd rather stop now and get your reaction to what I presented. What have you heard that really has resonated with you? And have you seen enough potential value that you'd be willing to let us come in and perform a proof of concept on your network? We can install our gear in one day, and I guarantee you'll be seeing useful results the next day. Thank you.